We'll dry.
Mm.
Yeah, we got this neighbor downstairs who does what he wants when he wants to, you know, that sort of thing. The neighbors downstairs tried calling the cops on him again. It's like, he has this way about him that, I don't know if you guys know this, but, you know, I kind of noticed it. He puts on his game face when you guys show up, you know? You've never been to a thing with him, so I don't know if you know. Like, he acts crazy around all of us, but when a mental health 2 agents and cops show up, he puts on his game face and acts normal.
Right.
I know real crazy people that can have that ability to do that are usually the real dangerous types. But that's only my experience and my whole understanding.
Right.
But that's just the way this guy has the ability to do things. You know, I've seen his ability to handle his own ground. But, you know, that's just him. But as for me, I got caught laughing and joking with the Liberty cops today. And I got talking about me a little bit. And somehow the year 2013 got brought up by someone else about their situation. And somehow my situation got brought up. And I brought up about what I was doing on the internet. And one of the cops remembered it. I never saw him because he wasn't at state police, because state police covers Ferndale, not Liberty. Not Liberty police don't cover Ferndale, state police do.
Right.
But he remembered it because they all communicate. And he said, "Oh, you were that guy on the internet?" I'm like, "Yeah, doing all that stuff on the Alex Jones Facebook page." "Oh yeah, you were doing all them stuff, saying all that stuff, making it juicy." I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." He's like, "Yeah, I remember you." I'm like, "Yeah, everybody remembers that now. 3 years fucking later." Everybody remembers that now all of a sudden. Meanwhile, at the time, when I was being processed in the hospital 4 damn times, it was like no mention of what I said on the internet had occurred, nothing written on document. But now it's so funny when the president is set that as long as I take my happy pills, my FDA-approved Skittles and M&Ms, I can pretty much say whatever I want on that damn computer as long as I'm taking my damn pills. And so I guess as long as I'm medicated and looking normal, as long as I'm medicated, I can say whatever the hell I goddamn please on a computer, and there's nothing they can pretty much do. But so far, it's been 3 years. I haven't stopped. Haven't been hospitalized. And I still go on fucking Facebook and YouTube and say whatever the hell I want.
Right.
Yeah.
How's your show going?
Actually, mass media is it had mass media because my boss went on doing something else. He went on doing something else, so he went on to doing his own network. Coalition, instead of having 4 networks, has now got 3. And I'm hoping to do my own thing soon because I didn't want to go with one person, one group or another. Because I didn't want to, I didn't want to pick and choose. Both groups are my friends, you know? I didn't want to pick one side or the other because if I did that, it's like I'd be picking favorites. I wanted to stay neutral. So I figured the best way to stay neutral is when I decided to do my own network on Blog Talk, which I do have the knowledge and everything I need to know how to do. I can do that on my own. I don't need nobody's help with that. I don't even need a co-host. I've had all that training. I've had all that teaching. So I can start my own network under any name that I want, as long as it's not ripping off someone else's shit.
Right.
And I can do my own. I can do the Free Attorney Show under my own network name that I choose. Thing was, when the coalition split, because one part of it went, and the rest of the guys went there and stayed with themselves, I just didn't want to pick sides. So I felt that would be fucked up. You know? I stayed neutral. I figured the best kept plan when they're feuding amongst each other was for me to stay neutral.
Okay.
I thought it was a wise choice. Because I didn't lose the one side as a friend, nor did I lose the other. And I earned more respect for going on my own. On my YouTube, something fucked up happened on my YouTube. I don't know what happened. I closed it. And my Facebook, just to meditate and process what I'm gonna do. I did that a while back, but my Facebook opened, but my YouTube didn't, and I couldn't figure out why. So I just started a whole damn new one. So now I decided to start new. Oh well. So it's just all new shit. Sometimes you just gotta start over.
Yeah.
That's it. You remember when I had? You know anything about when I had to, like, back in 2013 when they had to when they were called over Alex Jones, the first original
Are you
team?
are you on a speakerphone?
Yeah, I'm moving around.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to hear.
Okay, I'm just moving around doing 100 different things. I'm like trying to prepare myself some food in the meantime. But yeah, do you remember when they were told about Alex Jones? Oh, who's calling me? Damn it! Ah, it's my mom's friend. She ain't even here. My mom ain't even here right now. She's left John at the moment. Ignore that beep.
Sure.
It'll go away after a while.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my mom's friend Elaine. She always calling. But yeah, do you remember when Mo Mental Health was called about Alex Jones and me?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, about how my mom was saying she thought my Alex Jones fixation and my not taking my pills was driving me crazy.
Mhm.
I was sitting in my attic for hours or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So did that cop. And I never understood why it took 3 years for everybody to remember that. I couldn't get nobody to talk about that when I first got to the hospital. Why was that?
Why was that?
Yeah, it's like, why was it when I first got to the hospital nobody would talk about that with me? But then it's like 3 years later, not 3 years, it's not technically 3 years because it started at the end of 2013, so let's say 2.5. Why wouldn't people first talk with me about that after the 4th hospital stay? Do you think you might have an answer?
I don't know. I know I never talked to you about it because you never talked about it with me, but that was because I probably didn't talk to you about it at the time.
Yeah, because I know I didn't start speaking. I didn't speak to you until this year. I'm just asking, like, professional opinion, maybe. I know I just started speaking to you, like, as of this past year, because I only remember talking to you this year.
Yeah. You know, sometimes people want to avoid subjects that, perhaps they just didn't want to bring things up that might upset you, didn't want to bring you back to a time that was difficult. Sometimes they didn't know if that would be difficult for you to talk about. Personally, I think it was something that they probably should have looked at in therapy. It all depends. Was it a conversation that you wanted to have?
Yeah, it was, because it was like, it seemed like when I was put in the hospital, it was like the whole reason why I was in the hospital was not the reason why I was there, because when I got my documents back from the hospital, like preferably CRNC, because ORNC didn't really know me, because my history was with CRNC.
Right.
It's like everything that was written on the CRNC documents, preferably the first 3 times, because that's when I was really there, because the 4th time, I was transitioned to ORNC, that was on Black Friday. I can remember the dates, so if I'm so insane, I shouldn't remember the dates, but that's my opinion. But anyway, the first 3 times I was processed in June, okay, I was out for 3 days, then brought back in. Then it took 2 months, then I was put in October, and then I was let out in November sometime, and then I was Black Friday, I'm put back in, okay. I wasn't eating out, 2 weeks maybe? And these are the things that I'm noticing. It's like, here's the reasons why I'm noticing these things. Because when it was all said and done, before I even went to court for the doctor and beating up the doctor, when it was all said and done, when I finally got my documents back from CRNC, I'm noticing that there's things in the documents, the reasons why I was there. That's on the documents. I know for a fact I didn't even do anything of what these documents said were the reason why I was placed in the hospital. I didn't go to the local dollar store and scream at other people. And 2, I went in that same dollar store 3 times. So if the dollar store had any issue with my being there, they should have called the cops all 3 times I walked in. That's one. And two, if I was yelling and screaming at my neighbor, which my only neighbor logically would have been the gas station guy, there's no reason why he would ever give me free sandwiches every time I came in and said hi to him. That's two. And three, for me to have been doing all that and to be out for as long as I was, a black man wouldn't have gotten away with that any more than a white man would have. So racially, there's no racial lines there. So there's no argument for that document. That was all bullshit. I was, in my humble opinion, I had to be lied about just to be placed in the hospital, mostly for the 3rd time. Because none of that shit took place. My mother could testify to that. Has my best friend being here right now to talk to you right now? He could testify to that because he could even say, I never even did any of what happened. Like supposedly I aggressively handled his child. I startled him, he said I did to me. He talked to me to my face and said, yeah, okay, there was the one time I startled him, but I never aggressively handled his son, who was born on my birthday. Now, when that was put on the document, I know that came from a woman else, and I was pissed when I saw that, and so was he, because he's like, Ian, that's bullshit. You startled him once when you pounded on the door, but you never aggressively handled my kid, and my girlfriend never said that neither. And when I spoke to his girlfriend, she said the same thing. So when I confronted Rebecca over the phone about that, she said, well, maybe you put her on the spot. No, bullshit. I know Michelle. If she has something to say, she'll say it to my face, regardless if it came there or not. So these are things that I still remember. So I figure, there's a lot of cover-ups that take place, even with things like law, mental health, and justice system, that I'm not a mental patient to understand. Normal people know that. My mother used to work, before she actually went to, actually did anything in real life as a regular job, she used to work for military intelligence. She's told me things that are similar to that. So if it happens in military intelligence, chances are it happens in the justice system, mental health system, and so on and so forth. And I can tell you right now, before they actually carted me away to RMC, I was tortured in CRMC, and the only reason why the tape was never and the reason why I never managed to get my hands on the tape is because I called around to different lawyers and tried to get Sullivan County lawyers to represent me. None of them would. Mary Gray was down there, and you mean to tell me the whole 4 days or 5 days she was there, she never saw that tape? BS. I know for a fact she saw the tape now, because I spoke to my own doctor, Dr. Altarig, who told me all Mary Gray does when she ever worked for us was give lip service. That's all she does. She makes it look like she's going to do something, meanwhile she doesn't. And Dr. Altarig said that to me himself. Of course he's going to deny it if you ever ask him. He's never going to admit that shit. He's got to save his own ass before he says a mental patient is telling the truth. I know about protocol. I'm not stupid. I've been in this outfit since age 5. I know about doctors and protocol. Okay? Still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Alright, well, I just want to share that with you for a little bit, and
Not a problem, man.
I just want to get a few things off my chest, and
Okay.
definitely keep in mind what we're saying about the neighbor in apartment 2, because anything I know, he knows double. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, good night.
Yep, bye.
That motherfucker was quick to get off the phone, wasn't he?